Hi everybody, welcome to our makeup session for creating a teacher classroom website. And before we get started, you need to make sure that you've gone into our Edmodo group. And in our group, I've posted the makeup session note taker that you need to download. And you're going to need this note taker during this webinar. I'm recording the webinar right now, so after I record the webinar, I'll post that up in Edmodo as well, and you can watch the recording. I'll have a link that will link up to YouTube. But please make sure you download the note taker, and during the webinar, there's going to be plenty of opportunity here to write things on the note taker, and this is what it looks like right over here. And you can see there's questions that you need to answer, and you can take notes on the various things. But out of everything, the questions on here are the most important to answer because it shows that you interacted, and it gives you credit for making up this session and gives you credit for the webinar. And then as far as turning this in, there's a couple ways that you can turn in the note taker. You can either print it out and bring it with you to our face-to-face February 26th, which is next Wednesday, or at the Matling Nevada Lab, or you can click turn in and you can upload your completed note taker right here in Edmodo and then submit it. So there's a couple ways that you can show that you made up this webinar. And please, if you have any questions or you need help with anything, don't hesitate to email me or give me a call. All right, so let's get started. So the first question that you need to answer on your note taker over here is, where do you teach and what grade content area do you teach? And of course, you have the opportunity, since this is recorded, you can pause and fast forward or rewind as you need be. So that makes it kind of nice. All right, creating a teacher website. So after this webinar, there are going to be several things that you're going to hopefully walk away with, and that is we're going to look at the top 10 reasons to have a teacher classroom website, and I am going to give you the top 10 tips for website design. Much of having a successful website is the way it looks, the way it's designed. And then also you are going to walk away with a link to Web 2.0 tools and resources to build your own website. And the link will be, the link will be to a live binder. And I have an online live binder that's just packed full of resources. So that's the walk away for today. So let me go ahead and minimize this note taker. And hopefully you have yours next to you right now. All right, top 10 reasons to have a teacher classroom website. Reason number 1, efficiency. It saves time. And the reason why it saves time is instead of having to take the kids to the computer lab and you handwrite the URLs on the dry erase board, and Susie's over here, putting in 2 W's, and Jose is over there not putting the correct letter, and it gets all messed up. Well, this way you can have your hyperlinks right there on your website. And so it saves a huge amount of time where everything that you want kids to link to is easily available and obvious on the website. Reason number 2, resources. And I think this is probably one of the biggest reasons to create a website, and that is there's only so many resources that are available in the classroom, such as text, textbook and such. But when you bring the internet into your teaching, you have exponentially expanded the access to high quality curriculum. And so on your website with the units, you can have all kinds of links packed in there. I know on my website I had, for each unit, I actually created a live binder that I had linked into my website, but I would have links to interactive labs, I would have links to text, I would have links to articles, all kinds of things, and it really expanded my curriculum. So storing your resources is a great reason to have a website, and not only for students, but also for yourself. I know for years and years and years before I created a website, I had, I think, around 4 packed full filing cabinets in my classroom. And, after 16 years of teaching, there's a lot of papers in there. And it got to the point where, okay, I know I had this for this unit, and where did this paper go? And then it gets outdated. Well, when you store things digitally and they're up on your website, you always know where they are. And then it's also easy to update. So even for yourself, just having access to your resources in one spot without taking up a huge amount of room and filing cabinets and printing everything out is an awesome reason to have a website. Okay, reason 3, relevance. Students will come to see the internet as a personally relevant extension of school. The internet is already an extension of so much of students' non-school life that when we do not establish a classroom component of the internet, it almost makes it lessen the importance of school. And so when you bring the website into school, when you bring the internet into school, it's how kids are connected anyway. And so it just adds more importance of school. It makes kids see, yes, school is important. So relevance. Connection. Students come to see their teachers as connected. And nowadays, with how kids are so connected, kids have access. Kids have 24/7 access and are digitally connected to a whole social network, whether it's online multiplayer games, Facebook, their text messaging, emailing, whatever it is, they're connected. And I often think that kids, when they come into school and they are sitting in a classroom with teachers that they know are not connected, they have to. It's like a power down, and I think it's a real turnoff. So as a teacher, we have to also keep up, and we also have to show that we are connected. We are up with the times, and we are a connected teacher. Let's face it. If you're not online connected, then you're not relevant, and we definitely want to be relevant to our students. Access. When I put this webinar together, I felt funny saying that the teacher is the most valuable resource in the classroom, but the thing is that it's true. The teacher is the main resource in the classroom. The teacher is a resource that sets the tone for the class, that makes the class turn, and so having your kids have access to the biggest resource in the classroom is huge for them. So through a website, you can provide greater access. And on your website, you can have an area where you can have students be able to email you. They have apps that students can text message you. And so they have access to the teacher. I know on my website, it was a kind of like a stepping stairway to several other Web 2.0 tools, and I also incorporated Edmodo into my classroom. And Edmodo has a wonderful mobile app that students can stay connected to me all the time. And I'm one of those people that I have my phone on me all the time. I don't have a problem texting, and it was really a wonderful experience. And the kids, after hours, when they had questions about their homework, they would text me, and through Edmodo, the kids don't have your direct phone number. It all goes through the Edmodo mobile app. But they would text me a question about their homework, and I just appreciated the fact that, first of all, they were doing their homework. That was neat, made me feel warm and fuzzy. But that I was able to clarify questions instead of them not doing the homework. And then as more and more kids found out that they had access to Miss Holland, I noticed a whole change in the climate of my classroom. And I even had kids that would text me good night, or kids that would text me, oh, we got a new puppy, or we won the soccer game today. And just having the kids being able to have access to their teacher outside of school made such a huge difference. And a website will allow us to do that. All right, experience. Students will gain experience using digital resources and this is the key, in direct support of learning. This is a 21st century life skill. And let's face it, any profession that a kid goes in nowadays, more than likely they're going to use online learning tools to provide services to their employees, colleges, universities. Everything is online now. And students are really great at socializing using the internet. But as far as naturally being able to learn using the internet, that's a whole different thing. And so by creating a website and teaching kids how to use a digital resource to support learning is huge. And it's a 21st century life skill that is invaluable to them. All right, we're going to watch this movie, and then I'll have give you an opportunity on your note taker to respond to the movie. Let me go ahead and see if I can play this movie directly on YouTube. It doesn't seem to be running very good through here. And I'll probably keep it small screen. There we go. All right. So if you look on your note taker, you'll have an opportunity to respond to this video. And go ahead and on your note taker, the question is, how can the class website help in your classroom? And so keeping the video in mind and the 21st century learner in mind, go ahead and type in there how you feel a class website can make a difference in your classroom. Okay, continuing our top 10 reasons. Number 7, homesick. One thing that's wonderful about having a website is you can post all of your assignments up there. And so absent students can have access to the assignments, or students that have maybe they have left or gone on vacation, or they've been gone for a while. They can back to access and staying connected. They can stay connected with you and have those assignments. I know years ago I used to have a binder that I would keep like a journal every day. I would write in it, this is what we did. And then usually when kids were absent, they would wait until the class started for a while, and then they would raise their hand, Miss Holland, I was absent, what did we do? And I'm sure we've all been there and done that. And so I started posting. I had a calendar online on my website, and every day on the calendar I would post what we did, and I'd also have a link to what we did, and I housed everything in my live binder. And so kids just got used to knowing that they didn't even ask me. They didn't even need to ask what is it we did, because they had access to it online through my website. Parents and guardians. A website is a great way to stay connected with parents and to share classroom information with them. How many times do we send home stuff in a backpack and it never comes back? Or maybe the student finds it in June and it was sent out in September. So a website is a great way to connect with parents and guardians. I think nowadays everybody is so busy, and being able to have a parent go onto a website and see what their student's doing, see if their student has homework in your class, and just keep up with events and such in your classroom through the website is a great opportunity. I also know where there are parents that maybe are out of the country or are in the military, and it helps keep those parents connected to their students' learning and connected to what's going on in their lives in school. Events. A web page is a great way to publicize a classroom event. Maybe your class is going to go on a field trip or have a walkathon, or there's something you need to publicize. Maybe there's a big fundraiser that's going on, or you're selling something. Well, a website is a great way to publicize those events that you have going on in your classroom. And then number 10, show and tell. Websites are an awesome way to show off student work. On my website, I actually had a couple of them. I had a website for my science class, and I also had a website for an enrichment class I taught that I called Mac Attack. And my kids in both classes would make videos and podcasts, and they would use a program called Comic Life and just create all kinds of things. And I would post it up on my website. And the kids would just love it, thinking that their things were public and publicized for everybody to see. I know in the live webinar that we had, one of the questions was about posting student work, and for sure you do have to be careful with this. You do not want a student's first name and last name posted. I do know that students sign an agreement and a permission use, or parents do, that parents agree that their students' work or face may be shown, but it's only for educational purposes. And I also think it has a lot to do with the age group. So this is something that before you post probably pictures of students and such, you might want to double check, what is a good policy to have, and double check the use that we have. through the district. All right, onwards. So top 10 tips for website design. And if you look on your interactive note taker, I have a link up there, and what I'm going to want you to do is to go to that link, and I'll go ahead and go to the link here. And tip number 1, keep it simple. Okay, so here is a not simple. In fact, you see how long it's taking to load? And this is good. You can see, okay, why is it taking so long to load? It's taking so long to load, and I have a pretty fast internet connection here at my home. It's taking a long time to load because of all of these incredible graphics and flashing animations and scrolling marquees and all kinds of things. Busy, 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 busy. Okay, and hopefully you're looking at this on your own. Feel free to take your time looking at it. And on your interactive note taker, I want you to list, and let's not be completely negative. Let's list some things we like about it, and let's list some things we don't like about it. One of the things I do like about it is I like how it's very colorful. Right? It's very, very colorful. And I'm a blingy kind of girl, and I definitely like all the colors on it. What I don't like about it, I think, is pretty obvious. I mean, not simple, very busy, just crazy, all over the place information. So keep it simple. What does that mean? That means don't include flashing animations. Don't have auto-loading sounds or scrolling text in there. All you really need on your website are just crisp photos and images and simple text. Make sure things are well balanced. That's very important to have a balance to the design of your web page. And you just need a few hyperlinks, a few buttons to navigate to the other pages of your website. So keep it simple. Okay, and then this right here is for the website that I just showed on your interactive note taker. All right, tip number 2, do not bury the main point. Put the most important information on your home page, and then second information only a click away. In other words, visitors to your website should not have to click 3 or 4 times away from your home page to get to the information. Everything should just be one click away from your home page. So don't bury the main point. Tip number 3, working with images. Make sure your image file sizes are small so that they load seamlessly. For example, this website that we looked at here took a long time to load. So any graphics that you put on your website, you want the file size small so that when visitors click on your website, everything just seems to load seamlessly. It loads quickly. No pop-up windows. More than likely, as a teacher classroom website, we probably won't deal with pop-up windows, but I do know that a lot of the free website design software has pop-up windows in there, and advertisers will go on the pop-up windows, and people get kickbacks from it and things like that. And so definitely on your website, you do not want to have pop-up windows. Very annoying. Okay, our next interactive, what you're going to do is you're going to copy and paste this link into your browser, and you are going to tell me what do you like and what do you not like about this website. And so let me go ahead and open it up, and you can do the same. And so this is a teacher website as well. And it looks like there's links to other people in the staff. And so on your note taker, you're going to tell me what you like and don't like. And go ahead and, spend a little time on this. You might want to link over here and take a look at other people's pages that they have. All right, tip number 5, color schemes. And I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this because color is very, very important. And it sets the tone for your whole website. So let me go ahead and click on this article right here. So when picking colors, you want to pick around 3 or 4 mild colors for your web page. And one of the colors should be the background color, and then the other 2 should be used, or the other 3 should be used for links, your header, and other design elements. And so this is a really wonderful web page and an article, and I like to show this right here. Okay, so here he has an example of contrast. And contrast, the reason why you want contrast is it reduces eye strain. It also focuses user attention right away, and you could see right here, our eyes are drawn to this one. Can hardly see that one, and this is some contrast, but you know, not that great. And then same thing here. This kind of got lost. Your eyes are drawn immediately to here because of the contrast. And then here, the contrast. All right, so color schemes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the introduction to color theory, and you're going to click on this link. And answer the interactive in your note taker. All right, onward with color schemes. So this link right here, and again, this should be in your note taker. Go ahead and spend some time taking a look at these different palettes that they have. I think out of all of them, this first one right here is my favorite. I love the contrast between the black, the gray, and the yellow. And spend a little bit of time looking at these palettes. These numbers right here, by the way, are numbers are like HTML numbers to get its code, website code for the design of the color. And there's our interactive. Go ahead and what do you think of the palettes? And is there any palette combination that you especially like? And if so, why? And as you're looking at the palette, maybe keep in the back of your head some of the combinations you like that you might want to consider for your own website. And then continuing with color, the next one right here, if you click on this thing is really cool. And what it is, it's a Web 2.0 tool. It's an online tool to help you see what colors are compatible. And there's different things you can do up here with it, like mono. You can see these are all just variations of the same color. And here's complementary. On the one article that we looked at on the introduction to color theory, on the bottom of it, if you look, there was like the line, there was like an equilateral triangle and the parallels and such. That's what this does. And so here's complementary. I love this one. In fact, at the live webinar, one of the gals, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna be painting my living room this weekend." So, and it's true. You can use this for all kinds of applications. Being a science teacher, I can see science applications already. But really neat tool. So this will help you maybe pick some colors for your website that are easy on the eye and offer nice contrast. And on your interactive note taker, any comments or anything about that color scheme designer tool, you're going to put there. All right, next top 10 design tips, and that is fonts. Make sure the fonts are simple and easy on the eyes. You do not want to have crazy fonts or a whole bunch of different fonts. Usually your titles and your headers should be in one font, and then your text should be in another font. The fonts that are easiest and simplest to make your website look cleanest are Arial, Georgia, Helvetica, Verdana, and of course our good old Times New Roman. And then pages, a person had asked how many pages should your website be, and the rule of thumb is that your website should be limited to just one scroll. The exception of this is if you have a blog or an article. It's okay to be scrolling for that. But overall, no one likes to be scrolling and scrolling and scrolling through websites. It's a real turnoff, and more than likely, your visitors will not get down to the bottom of the page. All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at another website. And this is a teacher website. And so I want you to spend a little bit of time looking at this teacher's website and tell me what you think about it. Tell me what you like about it. Tell me what you don't like about it on your note taker. And I can tell you, right away, when we talk about fonts, and that is the best color to use for your fonts is good old fashioned black. You want to avoid things like this. You want to avoid the blues, reds, purples. This blue being a link is okay, but the best color is just black, or to either do the inverse where you have the black background and then the white text. So I'll give you a chance to take a look at that and answer your note taker. All right, tip number 8, homepage links. Make sure you include a home button on every page. This way your visitors don't need to keep on clicking the back button on their browsers 10 times to get your home page. And I know we've all experienced this on websites where we click to information and then we cannot get back to the main page. And we're going back. So make sure there's a homepage link on every single page that you have on your website. And then the other one too is a contact link. Make sure you have a contact link on every page. Same thing. It could be frustrating trying to search for information, and we've all seen this on websites where we're trying to find contact information and we can't find it. So make sure you do have your contact information posted on each of your pages. All right, another website to take a look at. And so this website this is the school's website, and it's, when you first look at it, I really like it. I love the colors and the contrast with the hunter green and the beige, really wonderful, and then the white over here. But what I want you to do is I want you to really look at the websites, and it says teacher websites, and there's quite a few of them. And so maybe kind of go through these and see what you think, see what you like, see what you don't like, and make sure you record your answers on your interactive note taker. And the last tip is do not use icon links. Have you ever been to a website where all the links are cute little pictures or icons and you have no clue what the link is? If you do use icon links, make sure that you have a text link next to it. It's okay to have like rectangular buttons or other button shapes, but they should have a word on top of them, such as home or contact or homework. They shouldn't just be a picture or just the icon. So you need to make sure you label any icon links that you have. And then I wanted to talk about accessibility. And that is, it's really important, especially with our students, that we think about accessibility when we're designing our website. And I've included this link right here. And the link is a really fabulous link, good information on what to do on a website to provide accessibility to basically visitors that have disabilities. And right here, the major categories of disabilities are visual, hearing, motor, and cognitive. And this page will go through things that you can do on your website to make your website more accessible, and just real simple things and obvious things to do. And so please go ahead and take a look at this website and look through it and get familiar with it. Really, really good information, especially when it comes to website design. And that's just the interactive there for the website design of accessibility. Okay, so that's going to conclude our webinar. Hopefully you had an opportunity to fill in your note taker and to go through the links that I posted, and you've learned top 10 reasons to have a website and top 10 tips. And then also I'm going to give you the link to our live binder here in just a second. So just a reminder, we have our face-to-face next Wednesday, February 26th at 4 p.m. at Matley in the Nevada Lab. And of course, what is it that you think we're going to do? We're going to be creating and working on our own websites next week. So I hope to see everybody there. And as our final end to the webinar, I want you to try to take a look at this live binder here. It's full of resources, but I want you to really check out the free website builders that are in there, and take a look at each of them. They all have different features. Find one that appeals to you, that you like, and be ready for the face-to-face. Maybe pick one that you want to explore further, that you want to use to create your website. And here's the link right here. And again, it is also posted in Edmodo. It is also in your note taker. And so this is what our live binder looks like. And you can see I have all kinds of tutorials here. It goes pretty in depth with the tutorials. Here are free website builders. And here's a list of them. Here's another list of them here. And then I put some examples of good and not so good websites, information on color, and then this will be our homework that we'll have. So once again, thank you for listening. Please make sure you get your note taker filled in, either print it out and bring it with you next week, or upload it into Edmodo and submit it that way. And then hopefully you'll have a chance to look at the live binder. So everybody have a good day or evening.